Okay, welcome to the Belgium Village Board Meeting, 7 o'clock, Monday, November 13th, 2023. Well, we're roll call of officers.
Rose Sowers and Dan Paul present.
Open meeting law compliance check. Y'all please stand for a pledge of allegiance in a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Public input. 2 minutes per person, state your name. Nothing? Okay. We'll move on to the Belgium area Chamber of Commerce report.
Just a few things. First of all, we just wrapped up our Celebrate Belgium event where we gave away our chamber awards, and just wanted to acknowledge that one of the awards we gave was to the Belgium DPW for community beautification for all the work that we did on park this year, and so I just wanted to recognize that. Coming up, we have European Christmas on Sunday, December 3rd. So that will kick off with our Main Street Parade at 4:30. And then after that, everyone is invited back here. We're going to do free soup and chili this year, and hot dogs and hot chocolate. So lots of free stuff, but we're going to be collecting food and cash donations for Zaki Food Alliance. So we're hoping that people will give for that instead. Also, we have letters to Santa that we are doing starting tomorrow, where there will be a mailbox at the post office. Kids can mail their letters to Santa, and Santa will respond. And starting this Friday, we'll put up the Belgium gift giving tree. So that is for local families, something that we work with the local school district on. So people can either come in here and grab a tag off the tree, or we'll do a sign up genius as well this year. So if anybody wants to donate, purchase a gift, that's how they can do that. And then the last thing I just wanted to mention is we recently had a tourism meeting. Rose was a part of that. We decided that we'll bring back some of the we did last year. We'll do the Main Street Banners again. We'll do another edition of Peppy's Pet Party that seemed to go over well. And also we're starting something new called Bergrennen. And that is a Luxembourg tradition that literally translates to burning castles. So we found a company that will donate a lot of pallets, and our plan is to build our own castle. We are trying to find a way to get those pallets to Belgium, so if anyone has any help for me on that, I'd appreciate it. But the whole idea is a giant bonfire to burn away winter and welcome in spring. So we figure March in Wisconsin is a really great place to burn away winter. Welcome in spring, so that will be Saturday, March 2nd, and we're really looking forward to it. So it's something kind of new that we're bringing to the community that shows our Luxembourg culture, and hopefully a really good time as well. So does anyone have any questions?
Where's the place out that's donating the pallets?
It's in Sheboygan Falls.
Okay, so close.
Like they have hundreds of pallets.
Okay.
If we can get them here. And I should mention it's gonna be at Beaver Farms for Brennan, so it'll be somewhere safe that is away from anything else that burns.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Move on to 7A, Village Marshal report.
Okay, for October, I did tag one car on Main Street, and that one was finally towed. We got rid of that. Had one barking dog complained, took care of that, and there's also some stray cats complained about stray cats in South Reading. And then we had that problem resolved and told the homeowners how to take care of it. So they're happy with that. And also got a call today from a guy, Vicky, you talked to him on the phone. He wants he's got a semi tractor right now. He parks it down at Quick Trip, but during the winter it has to be plugged in. And he was running, and he lives on North Street. It's not a big over the road semi, it's a smaller tractor. He was wondering if he's able to park it in his driveway over the winter, you know, plug it in at night. I said, as far as I know, if it's small enough, you can put it in the driveway, but it can't be on the street. I don't know, is there any objection to having him park it in his driveway? Cause I know Kevin McGilver, he's got his big semi in his driveway.
What is the rule, as long as it fits in the driveway? No?
The ordinance is written to say that if it is, more than 5 tons, taller than 8 feet, or longer than 18 feet, it's not allowed to be on the street or in a driveway if it, unless it's being loaded or unloaded. So I'm not sure how this one fits within that, if it's a smaller one. I
I'm
think
sure it's
that.
not no 18 feet long.
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of times these things are dealt with only if somebody complains. You know, since it's on private property, but technically that's how the ordinance is.
Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll just tell them, hey, you can park it there for now, but if somebody complains, you're gonna have to move it someplace else.
He always was parking at Hobie Trucks there at, Jench's, and they asked him to leave because it was a regular full-size semi, so. It doesn't have a sleeper cabin, it's a regular tractor
It's a
trailer.
regular tractor.
How do we wanna proceed with that?
Yes, and there's no formal
There's no complaints.
No formal complaints, so
No complaints.
We'd have to go find all of them.
We get calls on it, we address it.
and if we have to do it for one, we have to do it for others, then we know.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, then,
Tomorrow, Wednesday, winter parking starts, so I'll be out early in the morning for warnings on. See how many I get this year.
good luck.
Last year, the first warning was 97, the first day.
Oh, yeah?
You have a goal?
Anything else, Leon?
No, that's it.
Okay, then we'll move on to staff reports. Pat, you have a report for the DPW?
Yeah, Deanna just asked me if I can zoom in, but, just to pass on, he's doing well after his surgery. I talk with him almost daily on stuff going on in the village. Mike, for the water side of it, Mike is out exercising our water valves. We're probably about 3/4 of the way done, taking advantage of the nice weather. Hoping to wrap that up maybe sometime in November here. Water samples are being taken and they're all safe so far, so we're good. DPW side, all our winter equipment's ready to go. We had a little bit of a scramble there at Halloween to get some stuff ready. But now everything is all ready to go for any snowstorms. Any snowstorms that come in, anytime I'll be calling guys in and taking care of that. Picking up leaves, ramping that up, that should be done hopefully in the next week. Christmas decorations will be going up soon. Working with you and the staff on getting bills paid and, ordering that kind of stuff, and, also work with the sheriff's department on the traffic control for the Christmas parade, so. That's what we're on the DPW and water side, so. If you have any questions, otherwise. Hopefully keep running smooth all day.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else have anything else for Pat? No. Okay, then we'll move on to the consent agenda items. I can make a motion to approve items A and B.
Second.
Any discussion on those? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Well, number 9, unfinished business. 9A, approve ordinance 11-23 to allow village to contract with Ozaki County to complete the Silver Beach Road project. Brad, can you help us out?
Sure. So, I believe you all received a copy of this draft ordinance. Basically what allows for, municipalities to, you have to, contract with the county, have to have an ordinance that basically, gives an exception to the normal bidding process, and the work has to be actually done by the county. It can't be subcontracted by the county. So under those conditions, this ordinance, covers it. And, I would say, once this ordinance gets approved, any, the actual specific project that's listed, you do another separate approval for that.
So
And it
this
does
would be just
require,
an ordinance.
it does require 3/4 vote for it to pass, it's not a simple majority,
And this would be just for the ordinance change,
just
not for the.
Correct.
I move that we accept the ordinance amendment 35.12 of the code of the Village of Belgium as presented.
Second.
Motion's been made. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
I,
Opposed? Motion passes. 9B, approved block party permit application form. Julie?
So, the chamber is planning a block party next fall. And when I was looking into the history of that, I did find that the village board did give approval in 2007 for a block party. And, so the board asked that I come up with an application, so I can provide that in the packet. Had a chance to review it, if there's anything that you want to have changed or taken away. I don't know, I just drafted it from another municipality. They charge an application fee, that's not necessary, that's up to the board if you want to collect an application fee. I mean, it doesn't happen very often, we have these. But it's just more of a form of communication so that, DPW knows this is going on, the fire department and village marshal.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve block party permit application form.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay. Okay, 9C, discuss and make motion regarding village's participation in the PFAS cost recovery program lawsuit settlement.
And we did opt in last year when we got the initial information. The Rural Water Association kind of recommended it and at that time. But as we're getting more into it, we're finding that it probably really doesn't apply to us. You have to bring to requirements, you have to have a minimum number of people, population, and we're under that. We just tested our water for the PFAS within a year and it came back negative. And then Pat, you said because
Yeah,
we
so
had,
the DNR required us to test, they wanted two samples. We tested for it in June and we passed, or had a safe sample of it. And then we could petition to the state to waive our future samples, and they granted us that waiver. So, it's really hasn't been found in this area at all. So we have, it's on a quarterly basis now, so it looks like it's gonna be probably another couple of years before they make us test for it again. Just because we came back negative this past summer, so, it's not in our area or in our drinking water though, so. I know Dan had talked to a couple neighboring communities and they're not gonna pursue it because we're really not affected by it at all, so.
So bottom line is we have no PFAS costs to recover.
Correct, we have no PFAS in our water, we have no PFAS expenses to our treatment plant or wastewater facility, so.
Population.
And I believe with this class action from what little I saw, this is not a automatic payout to the members of the class. You have to Land does not appear to be.
Then I make a motion that, the board and the village, drop our participation in the PFAS, cost recovery suit.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. New business. 10A, approve operator license for Shauna Miller, Danielle Tesser, and Amanda Pinter.
So normally this would just be a consent agenda item, but I moved. One, I have everything, it's all okay, it's. The learned one. The Tesser one, she didn't answer one of the questions, so I have to get back to her. But I'm not concerned about her application. So that's just the only thing. I need to just take care of a couple of things. I don't have any issues with the applications. I don't see, the background checks were fine. So as far as the license, there's no concerns, but I think it would be conditional upon that I receive all of the information that is.
I'll make a motion to approve operator license for Shauna Miller, Danielle Tesser, and Amanda Pinter, pending information required for the last two.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. 10B, introduce and approve resolution number 10-23, adoption of 2024 general fund budget and establishing the 2023 tax levy for the village of Belgium.
On the resolution, I want to point out that the copy that was in the packet has an incorrect amount for residential garbage and recycling. It is in fact 156.60. So, the actual resolution is the same except for the third whereas it should be 156.60, not 75.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 10-23, adoption of 2024 general fund budget and establish the 2023 tax levy for the village of Belgium.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. 10C, approve 2024 capital project fund, debt service fund, and special revenue fund budgets as recommended by the committee of the whole.
As in the past, we are budgeting to use this in 24, but we don't have to, there's been no action taken by the board to that yet. I believe we have to have a plan in place by the end of 24 on what we're gonna spend it, but I believe we have till 25 or 26 to actually expend the money, but, I believe that the general idea at this point is that we will probably use it for Silver Beach if that's what the board opts to do. So, but we'll know more about that later. Anyway, so, debt service fund, always a zero balance, money in, money out. And then capital projects, we don't have any new, projects, actually. The amount that is in here as capital outlay is the balance on the boom truck, which we paid already part of, and the rest will be next year, so it's just a carry forward from last year.
Right, I'll make a motion to approve the 2024 capital project fund, debt service fund, and special revenue fund budgets as recommended by committee of the whole.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. 10D, approve 2024 water and sewer fund budgets as recommended by committee of the whole.
So this is the water fund budget, and you guys have it in your packet. for the most part, these are exactly what was at committee of the whole with, if anything changed, it was just minor things. I don't think anything really changed.
I'll move to approve the 2024 water and sewer fund budgets as recommended by committee of the whole.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. 10E, approve Vicky Bayline to serve as zoning board of appeals. So,
Today, I did get a call from Mike Bahachek, who is interested in continuing on to serve on the zoning board of appeals. However, there still is a vacant spot for the chairperson actually. So,
we're looking for two.
well, I mean, Mike is willing to serve. You would still have a vacancy. Chairperson.
And Vicky, you're willing to chair that?
I am, I actually was one of, Mike and Leon who attended the training that they had recently, and I was there as my role on planning commission, but, you know, it seemed something that I would enjoy.
Well, then I move to approve Vicky Mainline to serve on zoning board of appeals
And then also Mike Bahachek.
and Mike Pahacek.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. 10F, discussion of possible action regarding reimbursement of employee recognition for Dan Birnbaum.
Who we're calling it? What?
And went to visit a couple of weeks ago and found it had a zero balance. So you look up the card number, you see that card was used on August 10th, 8 days later, all of it was used up.
But he did not receive it until August 14th, so he didn't even have it in his.
Something got a hold of us.
Yeah, I mean, what was explained to us is that there, people go in there and to those kiosks and just scan the cards, they give the number. And then they.
Day in the mail. Yeah. I call the number and it tells me it has a zero balance. I mean. I don't know.
Sorry, Danny.
It's all right. I'll work another 40, 60.
And we don't. What we're.
We in this whole thing, permanent actually is subject to, payroll tax. So, you know, I guess my preference would be if you're going to go ahead and reissue this for Danny, I would like to reissue it as a payroll check with a net balance of 300, which means, of course, the village is going to be spending a little bit more than 300. Hopefully we will get reimbursed, but, you know, I really would rather be in compliance.
Sure.
Is it possible to figure how much the tax would be
Yeah, when I'm calculating, payroll, it will tell me, so I will just have to manipulate the amount until it gets to a net of 300. So the gross will be higher minus the taxes, it'll be net. If that's what you guys agree to do, that would be my recommendation.
I'll make a motion that we reimburse employee recognition for Danny Birnbaum via payroll bonus, subject to tax as appropriate.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
I,
Opposed? Motion passes. 10G, approve renewal of Anthem Health Insurance, Delta Dental and Vision, and Reliance Life Insurance for 2024.
Starting with the Anthem renewal, we were provided with 6 different options. Option 1 is the same amount or the same plan that we've been on for many, many years. We did budget for a 14% increase. Our actual increase this year is 9%, but we also, because we have 2 employees who are aging up into a higher bracket this year, midway through the year, the actual net amount of our increase is 11%. That is still below the 14% we budgeted. So regardless, we're in budget. However, there is another option. The second option is $10,000 cheaper overall for the year. However, the deductibles go up by $1,000 per person or $3,000 per family. The rest of the plan is exactly the same. Now, theoretically, the board could opt to go that route. If you wanted to increase the deductible reimbursement to the employees to offset that $1,000, otherwise you're hitting the employees with anywhere from a $1,000 to $3,000 loss on their insurance. So, as a member of the person, on the insurance, I would really hope you could do that. But if the risk there is you could save $10,000 a year, but if the employees use the deductible, theoretically it could cost you more. But historically that hasn't been the case. But so my recommendation of the options would be to either stay on the plan we're on or go to this plan, but increase the deductible reimbursement to offset that so the employees would not be out that additional amount.
Did you discuss that with all the employees on the insurance?
Yes.
And what was their?
I had no one who was concerned. If we are given the additional deductible reimbursement, none of us would be at a loss. So, based on historical use of deductible reimbursement, the village would probably save money. But if we all had surgeries or something come up in a year, it could cost the board more, or the village more. So, either way, it doesn't impact the employees. Again, as long as you don't decrease the deductible reimbursement and that you increase it to offset this. If you were to not do that, yeah, I don't think the employees would be too happy.
and are we, wrapping into this motion, the renewal with Delta Vision and Delta Dental? Because I've heard through the grapevine that there are some serious issues with, Delta Dental in reimbursement, and just a lot of providers are dropping them, so I'm just.
I have not been, as one of the people on it, I've not had any problems, personally, and I mean.
You guys, as patients, won't see it. It's your provider
Yeah.
that will see it.
Which, by the way, is my provider gonna drop Delta?
Nope.
Okay.
And
We'll take the hit, Rose. So what happens is Delta every year makes the provider write off more and more and more. So you guys don't see that as patients. We see that as what we're getting back from insurance. So a lot of the big offices in Cedarburg and Grafton are getting rid of them. A lot of like the multi-doctor practices, but where I work, we aren't because, well, first Aurora has Delta and they're huge employers for us. And it's like, it's not our patient's fault that Delta's office right now, so.
Well, that's good to know, and apropos to nothing in this discussion, the state is considering going with another dental plan for 2025.
Yeah,
And honestly, we did, because the rates didn't change, we did go out for bids on that. And being mid-November, I would be a little bit worried about trying to look for a new provider now. But that's good to know, and maybe with, if Sarah can keep us appraised, we can, you know, for the end of next year, before we get this far in, check and see if we can find an option. But, the dentist, dental and life insurance, I don't believe they increased.
The life insurance, she hasn't gotten an answer on yet, but I'm not.
No, if it were to, it would be such a minor increase. I mean,
But everything else is.
I'll make a motion to approve a renewal of Anthem Health Insurance, Delta Dental and Vision and Reliance Life Insurance for 2024.
and that's approving Anthem with the current plan.
With the current plan, yes.
One second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion on this? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. 10H, approved purchase of new laptop for Vicky.
So, when the email people were here working on things, and, you know, my laptop's always closed, so I didn't notice, but they noticed that my battery is bulging. And they were very concerned. They said they've seen laptops explode, and they said sooner rather than later get it replaced. So I checked with Pete for emergency needed, and I have ordered one because Pete did approve it. And it is going to be here, next Monday. It's being set up by the county now. So the cost is $1,240.27. But I asked them, can I just replace the battery? They didn't recommend it. It's at least 7 years old. They said, no, get a new one as soon as you can. So I'd rather not have my computer blow up on me, so.
Well,
I mean,
I would move to approve the new laptop, but it sounds like it's a fait accompli at this point.
It is, but the purchasing policy does require that if we do
Right.
emergency spending, we take it to
Then-
them.
Well, I just have a quick question. So like for equipment like this, is the village on any kind of just regular equipment replacement program every 3 years, 5 years to keep stuff updated or?
So, good question, because that is what he asked me when the guy from Digicor, who's actually the guy who we used to have at the county. And we have not been on a regular plan. However, when we buy new ones, we always buy them with a 5-year warranty. So we always keep them for 5 years, and then after that, it's usually just when it starts to become problematic.
And that one is past its warranty at this
Oh,
point?
yeah, it's like 7, at least 7. It was here already when I had it, and Kelly had gotten it. So I believe it's at least 7 years old.
Well, then I make the official motion to approve the purchase of the new laptop.
And I am unplugging it when I turn it off. So that it doesn't I'm gone.
One second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. 10I, discussion and review of village clerk, village treasurer, and village trustees' duties. I guess I brought this all on because I basically just want to know what responsibilities do we each have? Sometimes you just sit there and guess. Next time it's just do it. Is there an official guideline on what is the duties of each office, I guess you'd call it?
There's still a state statute, which, and then also.
And I noted that, while there are some specifics in there, virtually everything does say that there may be additional, duties and roles, as approved by the board.
Right,
So-
and we do have job descriptions, which, I mean, if you want to see, I can pull them up one after another on the screen. a lot of that is very like detailed, like, you know, in regard to mine, it's like doing checks, and doing payroll and, you know, it's just broken down kind of what the duties are. But the overall like summary of it is basically the statutes, which says that, you know, the treasurer is responsible for the money. The clerk, it outlines a lot of those. As far as my understanding from my term as president and reviewing the statute now, the trustees are collectively an authority, but not individually an authority. And the president, in addition to being a trustee, approves agendas, runs the meetings that he's at, he or she is at, and signs paperwork. He has emergency responsibilities in an emergency situation as far as
Maintaining.
yeah. And he appoints, he makes the appointments of committees subject to the board's approval. So, not a whole lot of differences between the president, other than more of a, you know, somebody
He
has
He
to
can
run the
draft
meeting.
additional marshals if we all riot.
Exactly.
My button is for here.
Anybody-
Oh,
Go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Anybody up here have any questions about their responsibilities?
Actually, not about my responsibility as a trustee, and I'm just asking this just because I really don't know where the line of demarcation is. One thing I noticed while reading this was that, you know, that the duties of the clerk and the duties of the treasurer are to be kept separate. I do know that there is, because we're a small staff, a lot of training going on. Is there any issue with regard to that?
No, so in a lot of municipalities, they actually appoint one person as a clerk / treasurer. They are considered separate positions, but one person is serving as both. I believe that it was a very smart decision of our board years ago. Split the duties instead of what a lot of municipalities have, a clerk treasurer, and then they have deputy clerk treasurer. You know, two people still, but one is in charge and the other is a deputy. You know, our board decided to split them. We do act as each other's deputies. So, you know, a couple of years ago when Julie got COVID, I had to run a couple of meetings as clerk. So Julie's gone, you know, if I one time took a vacation during a payroll week, so then Julie did payroll while I was gone. If you know, we were to have to be gone. So, you know, I think, but that doesn't violate the statutes for
Okay,
us to
that's
be each other's
basically the bottom.
deputies.
I'm perfectly comfortable with the arrangement you have. I just want to make sure we're not in violation of that.
Anything to add to that, Brad? Since you're the legal.
No, I mean, the code is drafted pursuant to state statutes, and that's what you follow. And then there's always, as indicated, times when the board usually can do certain things, authorize certain things that might not be covered, so.
I will mention in regard to the job descriptions that we have now, those job descriptions predate Julie and I being in these positions. And frankly, they're not written to the way that we have adjusted our job in some cases. Like, for example, right now they have the administrative assistant as being in charge of the website and newsletter. When we upgraded to Wix, Sherry was not comfortable with that technology. I enjoy doing that kind of thing, so I've been doing that. So we have been working on the three of ours job descriptions, not to take anything away or add things that are outside of the realm, but just to move one thing from this job to this job. And we were going to present that to Finance and Personnel at the next committee meeting. Because just to basically make our job descriptions line up with what we're doing, which right now they don't.
And just to work with our strengths and.
And at one point, the old job description for the administrative assistant started listing some duties that she has never done, like she's supposedly doing the utility building. She has never done that. At one point, Kelly tried to put that on her, but the board rejected that. So, I mean, her job description is really not accurate at all.
All about for next month, you guys can, if you have time, update what your duties are compared to what that's listed now.
Yeah, we actually have them ready, and we just were waiting for the next finance and personnel meeting, but if you guys want us to just bring it to full board next month, we can do that.
We'll get it cleaned up. Anything else?
I move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much for coming.